21st, 2025. You got the Richmond Generals 18U HB going up against North Park here in northern New Jersey. We got 2:30 on the clock if you want to fast forward. Where do I have to stand so you can see that goal? Do you want me to the left of that wooden board? I don't want to block your view to the... I'm going to go down and video from the wall. I'll go to the left of that board. This way, you can still see... Can you...
No, I won't be able to see the goal.
You want me to go down to 10? I'll go down to 10.
That's probably a good idea. Yeah, and then that will, all of us can still see most into the corner. You can't see into the corner or down there anyway.
Okay.
Thank you for checking.
And if I wander into your way, let me know. Just yell at me.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 players, 6 players.
They're all hiding underneath.
Yeah. They are. I'm not sure about that. All right, there's our buzzer. We're going to pick up the pucks and we're going to get started here in about a minute. Moving up to the rail so we can kind of see. This is like the skaters will be right underneath us here from. So we made the long drive. It's about 6 hours total, I guess, from Richmond up here in northern Jersey, just along the Jersey Shore by Asbury Park. Home of legendary rockers like Bruce Springsteen, Bon Jovi, men who defined an era. All right. Generals are short Lugo, and it looks like Jeanette. Generals going up against North Park. Generals are now leading their league division in the EJPL. North Park here that we're up against this afternoon is number 3 in the rankings, and later on tonight we are taking on the Long Island Kings. We are on air at 7 p.m. back here at the Ice Palace. And the Long Island Kings are number 2 in the rankings. So we've got our toughest 2 games here on Friday while the guys are still fresh. And then we start working our way down the rankings as we go through the weekend. We've got 2 games on Saturday. If you're looking for more hockey, 8:15 in the morning, bright and early. And then I think it's like 6 o'clock in the evening. And then Sunday we finish up. I think that game is 10:15 or 10:30 on Sunday for your morning coffee. Catch one more game before we get on the road. And that game on Sunday is against Central Penn. The last time the Generals played them, I think we beat them 13-1. North Park looking like a very, very short bench. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm counting 9, and that includes the goalie for North Park. They must place a greater emphasis on education and keeping their kids in school. Maybe they got stuck in traffic We saw at least one showing up with 15 minutes before the game. So they're glad he showed up, or else they'd have been skating 8. Coming out here, starting out with a Peterson line, Heil to the left, Daniel Kim to the right, Judah Moore, and it looks like Carter Agello. Carter coming back from the injured reserve list. So we'll see how this game, evolves into the second half with such a short bench over there. I think they're going to have maybe 3 subs over there. So they're going to be double shifting. Maybe they'll get people showing up as the game unfolds. Back out a little bit. We feel really close. All right, getting ready to get going here. 25 minutes on the clock. And we're off. Heil chips that one forward. North Park pulls that one back. Judah Moore going to scoot that one forward. Let North Park. I got to think about what I'm going to call them. I don't think they have a mascot. It's just North Park's too many words. They come underneath us. North Park with a little love tap for Jello. Comes around to Daniel Kim in the corner. Daniel gets an elbow as he's trying to clear that puck. In the chest, though. Peterson going to skate this one across the red line. Take it up. Chips over to Heil on the left-hand side. Down into the corner. He's going to backhand it over. Bouncing puck for Kim to try to put it in the weak side. Generals with their best attempt so far. This first shift with a good chance. I'm not sure that's a shot on goal. That one goes into the back of the net. And the North Park goalie is going to get it for a cover and the whistle. 24-16 left in the first half. Bobby Stewart line out with Ben Krug to his right, Robbie Covington to his left. They chip that one in front of the goal, sends around to the wall, trying to get it out. That one comes off the wall at a funny angle. Krug back on the puck, tries to work it with the foot club, trying to work it around. Krug still working it. Covington trying to get some open space. Stewart coming to help. Strode's on the puck. Gets it back down to Krug in the corner. Sends it to forwards and tries to get a chip in there from Covington that hits off the back of the net. Oh, and Agello takes that one. They say he kept it in. My bad eyesight said that was out. That one goes to Krug. He double pumps. He goes back to Covington. He sends that in. Still loose in front. And that puck's going to make its way down. Stroder's got some time. You're good. Thank you. Sends it up to North Park. They chip it in. They're going to chase and take it back around behind the goal. North Park in the corner. That looks like a Zamboni door over there. Tapscott's going to try to get this one. Feeds it up to Repko. Repko trying to break it free across the blue line. Comes out of the zone. Generals on a line change here. And going to get Judah Moore to put that up to Repko. He's going to put that on goal. The goalie sends it into the corner. Daniel Kim going back down. Pick it up. Sent around for Moore. He sends that in. Touched up there by Peterson. And North Park's got a guy behind the D. Too far. Gets a touch up, though. Generals got lucky that pass was too hard, as that guy had beaten the D. We're short 2 of our normal D, 1 of our normal Ds. So we'll see if we get some. When different guys have to rotate into the defensive role. Oh, that one comes out to Repko. I don't think he expected that to come up from behind the goal like that. Kimmer's back on. He's going to get that to Repko. Repko leaves it behind for Peterson. Peterson with a backhander not going in. General's getting some good looks here in this first period. Just not, looks like, oh wow, Peterson knocked off his feet up quickly. Repko going into the corner. General's getting some chances. Looks like we're just kind of sent back up. General's getting a line change as North Park pull that back into the defensive zone. That comes up here, sent deep, gonna go all the way. That should be icing, and so indicated by the referees with the whistle. With 21:52 left in the first period, score is tied 0-0. Generals with several good shots on goal. I'm not sure North Park has taken a shot yet. Guess you can maybe get the one errant. That comes back. Generals winning. Covington on the puck, circles around, dances, sends it over to one-timer for Krug, and Krug puts it in the upper corner. He nails that one-timer this game and puts the Generals up 1-0. With 21:45 left in the first period. Krug setting up like Ovechkin there in his office. Krug working on that one-timer for the last couple games. Krug chipping this one over to Strode. Strode sending that up. He is back with Tapscott on D. That was a low, slow puck going to the goalie. Go a quick touch-up. Comes around. Covington and Krug send that down into the corner. Send around. And we're going to get a flick. This one should be icing as it's going to bounce all the way. And that's the whistle. Not sure what the play was there. Maybe the guy didn't put it too hard. But I think we're going to see a lot of icing from this North Park team. As we've mentioned, they're skating 8. That is a lot of hockey. Nobody's complaining about ice time. It looks like they've got 2 forwards and 1 defenseman there to rotate in. So we'll see how when we get deep into the second half, see what their conditioning is like. Repko giving chase behind there. North Park tries to leave it. Repko sends it back behind the goal to try to clear again. Nice little touch that time, gets it out of the zone. This one comes over to Kimmer on the near side. He tries to dump it in. It hits the referee and doesn't go deep. Comes around. North Park holding it up at the blue line. A little bit of patience. They're going to send that deep now. Jello's on that puck. Sends it back out. Tries to clear. Comes out to Repko, and he's got it across the blue line. Couldn't find. Kimmer was going down. He's got to be careful about getting hit there. North Park sends it back. Heil's got a step. Can he get it past? He pokes it. Oh, and it hits off the post. It looks like a follow-up by Kimmer goes wide. Heil had that one working, and it was a slow roller and almost got it. The defenseman came and took Heil off his feet. That one comes back out to neutral ice and sent in. Moore is holding that one in. He's playing defense with a Jello. Sent over, touched up there by Heil, and is sent into the penalty box, so we get a whistle as the puck goes out of play. 20:11 left in the first half. Generals leading 1-0 with a goal by Ben Krug. Faceoff is in front of the Generals bench, just outside the zone. Stewart's line is out there to get the faceoff. Krug sends that up to Covington. Covington across the blue line, gets an angle and takes the shot. Puts it into the center mass of the goalie, who drops it for the whistle. Get a face-off to the right of the North Park goalie. Sent back to Covington. Covington puts it over. North Park intercepts the pass. They're trying to get it out of the zone. They bring it up into neutral ice and across the red line. Chipped back up by Krug. Send up. Stewart gets a touch on it. North Park sends it back the other direction. Chipped up to the red line by North Park. They're going up in front of the Generals bench from the face-off circle and back behind the goal, trying to centering it. Covington pushes it back up against the wall. Tapscott has a moment, takes it off the glass, sends it to neutral ice, but North Park turns it back around. Send it back to Strode. He's going to take a second. Chips it up off the wall. Sends it back to Strode. Strode sends it across to Repko. Repko takes it off the wall, trying to get an angle, leans in, tries to center. North Park picks off the pass and pushes it back into the other corner. Stewart going to the bench. Moore's covering the blue line. Repko's still on the puck and picked off by North Park. They're trying to clear. That's a high pass. Gets behind Moore. He tries to use the glove. A Jello coming over. North Park goes down. They must have gotten puck. No tripping call on that. Chipped up, and Peterson left it there at the blue line. North Park on their knees, chips it across, back up to Peterson. Peterson at the red line, working around and avoiding the hit, sends it deep behind the goal. Heil there to meet, doesn't hit the... Heil's not a big hitter and doesn't put a guy into the board. Comes back to Moore. He takes a shot looking for a deflection, and it actually bounces up over the net off of Peterson's stick. Just a little too much deflection on it. Back to Heil as he gets the stick lifted. Back in the corner, Heil's working with Krug. Krug's on the puck. He's looking for Heil to go in front. He's got a little bit of time. Setting up. Gets picked by North Park. And they're going to come up the ice. Through the neutral zone and across the blue line. He's got a guy just ahead of the D, but can't get the pass off. Comes back to North Park. They take the wrist. They're looking for the deflection. And Krug's going to clear it up to Peterson. General's getting a Line change back behind the play. Peterson dumps it deep, and he's going to the bench. North Park on the puck, trying to find somebody breaking it free. They get it across the red line. Covington all over that guy like a wet blanket and kind of lets the puck slide up to our goal. Lucas Monroe is our man between the pipes today, taking this first game for the Generals. 17:46 left in the first half. Generals leading 1-0. Stewart's out to take the face-off. Stroder's to his right. Covington to the left. Kimmer is the other guy on the ice. That puck lifted up high. We have tall ceilings here, so lots of room. That one in the zone. Covington holding it and gets picked. Leaves it for Stewart. Stewart with a shot that's just wide. Comes all the way around. Strode holds it at the blue line, sends it back behind the goal. Kimmer says hi to Stewart. Both of them find themselves behind the net. North Park. Oh, great play there by Kimmer to keep this one in play. North Park finally gets it up to the red line. Big shot there. Oh, wow. Came somehow to the weak side, and North Park unable to pull the trigger. I'm not sure anybody knew where the puck was. That one gets past everybody. No icing as it touched several as it went through. Schroeder's letting North Park go into the corner first. It's a Zamboni door. Schroeder puts the hit on. Left for Tapscott at the wall. He's trying to chip it up the wall off the Repko, and that one's just a hand too far. Across the ice, Heil. Puck gets lifted past his head. Schroeder's going back down in the corner. Ooh, and he takes a hit into the wall. North Park putting a few hits on him. Ooh, Repko swiping at that one and hit the skates. Luckily, the guy didn't trip. North Park puts it across. It'll be out of the zone into neutral ice. North Park's going to circle it around. Heil giving chase. Peterson's assisting. That one lifted up underneath us, and they go back down into the Zamboni corner. Of course, it comes off at a weird angle. Strode's trying to get a stick on it. He's got the puck. He's got some time. Schroeder across ice to Repko. Comes off and hits the referee at the red line. And now Tapscott's got it. He goes across ice to Peterson, who does a good job sticking that one down to the ice and puts it into the corner. Repko's going to chase. Oh, Krug with a pass to Peterson, can't connect. Good opportunity to look in that slot. Peterson gets a stick on that one, but North Park's going to skate this one out through neutral ice and chip this one. Monroe just puts it into the corner, sends it around to Covington. He's going to try to the breakout spot. Not a great pass, but Krug adjusts, comes up underneath us. Goes back down. Stewart drops the stick and picks it up. North Park sneaking behind our D, gets behind, takes a shot, glove save, rebound, and goes up and woo! That's twice North Park's gotten behind the D. We're gonna have to watch that. They're trying to steal one and almost got it there. Good glove save there by Monroe. With 14:15 left in the first half. Puck then got deflected high in the air, and we were swinging at it. Got to watch those deflections past your goalie. So we'll get Stewart taking the face-off. General leading 1-0. Trying to get a little bit of breathing room here. Jello with a swing and a miss. Can't get any pressure on that. North Park with a quick turn, and that hit the post. Another follow-up shot again. Jello trying to clear some space there. Got some guys working down low in the corner, looking for assistance. Stewart comes in. Generals clear the zone. Stewart now giving chase. Ooh, good stick down there by Covington. He's going to feed it over to Kim. Kim's got some speed. He's got one to beat. Puck is sliding weird. It's cold in here. I don't know if there's something with this ice, just that it's harder than usual because this ice, it's freezing cold in here. We're all in heavy jackets. The puck seems to be sticking sometimes. The ice is certainly not wet. Stewart sends that one in. Nobody there. Heil trying to dig it loose and finds it. Looking for the pass. Has two guys. Oh, he had Kimmer on the weak side. Kimmer just can't settle it. Stewart with a one-timer now, and he takes a swipe at it. Schroeder goes down as we got a 3-on-2 going the other direction. Strode is up and covers. That one sent in, deflected into the glass back behind the play. That one chipped up for Heil. He comes to pick it up. He sends it across and gloved down by the big man, number 91 from North Park. That guy must stand 7 feet tall and got that fist in the air. Pulled that puck down because Heil had a streaking player up the ice. 13:56 left in the first half. Generals lead 1-0 as we settle down here for a second as we're finishing up a line change. I think you're not going to see North Park hustling here because they've only got 3 guys on the bench right now, so they are double shifting and going to be exhausted. Peterson taking the face-off, won by North Park. Sent in from the distance and an easy save there for Lucas Monroe. All he had to do was sit there, let it hit him in the chest, and cover it with the glove. Calling Peterson off and sending Stewart out to take this face-off. Stewart wins it, sends it back to Strode, fights the Zamboni corner. North Park on the puck, looking for somebody to go to the front, sends it in, looking for the wraparound. Tapscott lays down on the ice. Got to get on the puck. We're letting him pick the passes. Don't want to let him. That's going to be Covington now on this, trying to pick up the puck. Krug working through traffic, goes across the blue line. Passing it into a lot of green and blue jerseys. Comes back. Little wrister there by Agello, doesn't go anywhere. Sent back around. Krug stops it back behind the goal, but loses the handle on it. And North Park's going to get out of the zone. Tries to send it up. Comes off of Moore. Moore trying to send this one up, trying to find Stewart at the red line. He touches it up, so there's no icing. Coach Stewart is bundled up. You know, when Coach Stewart is wearing pants, has a neck warmer on, and a hat, plus gloves, you know it's cold in the rink. Kimmer sends that one up, touched up by Peterson. Agello's going to try to send it deep, gets caught in snow at the blue line, takes a second attempt at it and sends it deep, but North Park's on the puck. Agello puts that in, but it hits a player on the bench and drops on the ice, so we get the whistle as that puck goes out of play. 12:28 left in the first half. Generals leading 1-0 with a great one-timer by Ben Krug. That's how we got here. No penalties so far. Not sure the North Park can afford it. They just don't have enough guys. Face-off won by Repko. He's trying to get the puck moved over. North Park picks it up the red line and sends that deep just over the head of the Generals. Moore is on the puck trying to get this one up. That's going to go the distance, but that's going to be icing. .12:14 now on the clock. Still in the first half. Generals lead 1-0. Puck comes back to Strode. He's trying to chip it up. North Park keeps it in play. Repko's going to send it over to Peterson. Peterson's going to skate this one up across the red line. He's got Kimmer. And from the distance, he sends it on goal. And the goalie squeezed the pads, and we're going to get a face-off the other end of the ice. Stewart's out there to get the face-off. Leaves it at the face-off dot. Sends it around North Park there at the breakout point. They let it slide, but Stroder's able to... Stewart got a little touch on that one. Still scooted wide of the net. Not sure goalie was working it. North Park trying to sneak behind the Generals again. Eventually that will punish them because that means they're leaving fewer guys down on our end of the ice. We'll see what happens. They're really trusting their D to pick up these pucks. North Park comes in with a 3-on-2, picks it up, drops, leaves it, tries to get the angle, and tries to with a one-timer. Back door was wide open. North Park unable to connect. Circling again, that one's touched up by Covington, leaves it in the zone for the North Park. They're down in the corner. Krug's on it, tries to clear it. Tapscott's going to chip it up. Gosh, that puck is bouncing funny. That didn't make it all the way to Covington. Up to Stewart. He leaves that for Covington. Covington with a backdrop for Stewart. We're getting fancy now. It's only a 1-0 game, guys. Chipped up, touched up by North Park, picked up by the Generals at the red line. Our D's going to circle, sends it across the ice to Kim. He's going the wrong direction. He gives that back to North Park. North Park trying to send it the distance, touched up by Moore. He's got some time. Coach Dad from the rafters above his head, little magic. Oh, nice little back foot play there by Repko. Thought he was going to get around North Park on that one and couldn't make it. Agello decides to go behind the net. I like that idea. North Park sends it back to the point. They're going to take a risk. They're looking for a deflection. Don't get it. That shot was wide of the net. And Lucas Monroe puts that in the leather and waits for the whistle. 10:28 left in the first half. Puck comes out, picked up by Jello. He's going to put it down in the corner. Little shot deflected, goes into the North Park, spins and turns. General's trying to clear it, gets it into the corner. Kimmer sends that up. Repko's got it free. Got to get by one. He backhands it. Easy little save there by the goalie. Get you back on as we get going here.
Good job.
North Park wins that face-off, comes away with it, little trip up there. Sent back behind into the corner. Kimmer meets it. He tries to chip it up. North Park steals it. Quick shot. I'm not sure that Monroe was ready for that. He thought the Generals were going to clear that, but surprise or not, he's on the puck. .9:48 left in the first half. Generals still leading 1-0. Stewart coming out to take that face-off. Stroder's to his right. Covington to his left. That's going to go back to Stroder. He's just going to chip this one. It might be on goal, so no icing. Got a little sunlight coming through the windows. Sun's getting low in the sky. Here as we get towards evening. Nice rink here. Nice old-timey type rink. North Park trying to skate it up through the ice. Central ice. Tries to go around. A little chip up there by Tapscott. Chases it down into the corner. Tapscott chips it up, but it goes out of play. 9:19 left in the first half. Generals lead 1-0. Generals with lots of great opportunities here. Just got to get some pucks on the stick. Long drive from Richmond. Most people came up halfway last night, so just a 2 or 3 hour drive in the car today. Stewart takes that face-off, sends it behind, back to Tapscott. He puts it around the wall. Oh, nice little touch there by Krug. Leaves it for Stewart. Stewart that still has the puck. Covington cleans up. He gets it. He leaves it for Krug. Krug back. Too much passing. Oh, they needed to get Krug to just shoot that one. The guy's got a beautiful shot and wanted to give that one to Stewart. Not like he needs to pack his points for this season. We're only 1-0 here. We'd like Krug to shoot that and get the rebound. That one goes off the leather on Monroe as North Park takes that into the corner. Gets past them, held in, sent down, captured by Heil. Heil's trying to break it free, the puck sliding. North Park's going to collect in their end of the ice. Gets past Peterson, comes back to Agillo, who's going to put that deep. Generals are offside, have to touch up at the blue line. Heil going down, gives a little snow pat to the player. Heil still chasing, sends it across. North Park's got a guy behind the D again, and Moore's going to have to pick that up. Repko threw a little body in mid-ice to get the guy off the puck. Comes back up to North Park. Sorry, I'm trying to switch hands a little bit. Comes back to North Park. They leave it at the blue line, and they're offsides. Can you just hold this a second for me? Just, you don't have to point at anything. I'm just trying to get a heat line. Trying to get a... Fingers are freezing.
A little warmth?
Yeah. Trying to get a heat pack on the fingers in the glove. Keep one hand in my pocket, but... All right, that one comes free. North Park chasing Repko, pushing back down the ice. He's got it. Puck slides so fast on this cold ice. Comes around. It's tough for the kids to chase up to it if they touch it at all. Repko takes a heavy hit in the corner, deflects a bit of it. Trying to come out, back to Repko. Repko tries to put it between legs. It's back to Repko on a stick. He drop passes it, but it goes to North Park. North Park trying to skate it out. They've got some numbers going the other direction across the red line. Heil trying to get back, give a little assistance. Takes it off the wall. North Park still on the puck. They've got 4 guys in the zone. And the Generals able to chip this one out for North Park to reset in their own end. 7:21 now remaining in the first half. Peterson able to, the Generals able to kind of free the puck when they need to from North Park. Oh, Covington goes down, loses an edge. Ready to wind up to swing at the puck. Centers it, looking for Stewart. Stewart now goes and just wide, and North Park sends this down, and they're going to call icing. Woo! That's another one. Stewart's had a good look there and just missed the corner. I just don't like these really close games, like Generals missing these opportunities and leaving North Park in this one bouncing puck, and suddenly we got a tie game. North Park trying to get it across the blue line, comes to Tapscott. Tapscott across to Krug. Krug puts the brakes on, but the puck gets away from him a little bit. Krug back across the blue line, picked by North Park. Tapscott tries to chip it in. North Park clearing. We're going to go back down the ice, trying to work their way around Tapscott. Takes a shot. Woo, it's free, it's free! Woo! General's able to clear. That's going to make it with the cold ice for icing. That one came down. Monroe did not know he did not have the puck in the glove, and it was sitting outside his pads. Luckily, one of the defensemen pushed it to the corner and cleared it down the ice. 6:27 remaining in the first half. General lead 1-0. Peterson taking the face off, sends it back over to Moore, back to Peterson. Peterson trying to get it out of the zone. North Park holds it at the blue line. They've got a guy down in the corner trying to center it. Goes short side, stick save there by Monroe. Goes over to the far side. North Park trying to chip it back in the corner. Back to Kim. Kim trying to go deep. He's got Heil. Heil's got a hustle. The puck rides quickly. Heil's looking for somebody to meet him. Oh, and a great job by the North Park player to pick that off. Heil's back on. He's looking for somebody in front. Oh, he needs to take more time on that. You got time, Jack. Take your time. Shot. That one goes wide. Peterson will talk to Heil. He's just got to look. He's got to make that a pass to a Richmonder. He's like, if nobody's pressuring you in the corner, you got to take your time. Comes back out, a little touch up. Kimmer just chips it. It's out of the zone, and North Park has to reset. Heil trying to steal another one. Heil makes a nice play. Works it. Oh, and he gets pulled off the puck. Good body play there by the D to take Heil down. Puck sent deep, and that'll be icing. Go back down. We'll get a face-off to the right of the North Park goalie. 5:18 left in the first half. Generals lead 1-0. Stewart taking the face-off. Our goal was by Krug with an assist there by either Covington or Stewart. That puck sent down, and that'll be another icing. Like I said, North Park's only skating 8, so they've got 3 on the bench. Nobody's kind of walked in here so far, so they're doing pretty good for holding into this game. We'll see what happens second half as the Generals try to outpace them, but you're going to see a lot of icing calls. Stewart taking the face-off. Just North Park tries to get a breather. They send that one around, comes out of the zone. North Park, big number 91 coming in, trying to get a shot. Oh, wow, trying to go 5-hole. Looked like he was trying to pass that. He kind of looked off the goalie. That's had me surprised, and he sent it in hard on net. Down and low. Luckily, Monroe was there waiting for it and shut that down. We're under 5 minutes to go. That comes to Covington. He's going to leave it for Krug. Krug, not sure where that pass was going. Guys are trying to connect. Chips it up. Going to come back to Strode. Strode sends it back up. Covington gets a stick lift. Back on the puck on the blue line. Paints it across. Gets a wrister. Deflected wide of the net. Comes back to Covington. He's looking for the bounce in front. It's still loose. Here comes Schroeder. He sends it in and he hits Krug. Bounce off of a boot. Comes around. Tapscott working it down. He takes a shot. Oh, and a little low, slow slider goes to the goalie and he's able to cover. 4:06 now left in the first half. Generals leading 1-0. Repko taking the face-off. Tries to get it to Kimmer. North Park sends it around the boards. It's going to come out. Agello's going to step up. He's going to send it in. Deflected by North Park as they try to knock the puck down. So Agello gets that goal as the Generals go up 2-0. Technically, that's an own goal, but we'll take it, you know. It's one of those situations you got to try to knock it down. And so puck bounces the Richmond way as we're 4 minutes even. Repko wins that faceoff, pulls it back to Moore. Moore to Peterson, hits the referee. He's trying to hop out of the way. So Generals lead this now 2-0. So we're just under 4 minutes of the intermission. North Park trying to make it out here. Gets past Generals. They leave it on the ice. Kimmer sends that down in. Moore back to Kimmer at the breakout spot. He's trying to clear. North Park holds it in, and they send it back into the corner. Gonna go back to Moore. Moore puts it to Repko. Repko sends it back in, deflected, and Monroe with a save. Comes back to Kimmer. Still can't. That comes off the wall. So funny. These guys are just missing it. North Park returns it back at mid-ice and chips it in. Generals are going to chase. Agello's picking this up. Woo! Little chip up to the wall. He's got Peterson. Peterson with a touch of the red line. And North Park able to turn this one around. 3:06 remaining in the first half. Oh, a little steal there by Repko, and he puts it down low, but the goalie's got the full pad laid out on the ice and gets the save. Goalie saying something to the ref. Not sure what it was, but I didn't see anything that might have prompted some sort of like the Generals aren't hitting his glove or anything. So, all right, Stewart coming out to take the face off. Covington ends up with the puck. Stewart's on, he sends it back to Covington, and it just slides off his stick. North Park trying to get out of the zone, and they chip it up and around. Tapscott's not fooled. He's trying to chip it up, waits for Stewart to get out of the zone, but North Park's going to skate this across the blue line with a shot, and it's a bar downski. And North Park puts one on the board with 2:40 left in the first half. Glad we got that insurance goal. Insurance, 2-1. Those type of moves that just, you get a good shot, and that was a good one. Off the top bar and down. So North Park puts one in. 2:40 left in the first half. Generals still leading 2-1. Stewart puts that over to Krug. It's lost at his feet, and he goes down on the ice, takes a North Park player with him. Everybody's up. They've got a guy behind the D. Comes out to Covington. Covington back to Krug. Krug with a shot. It deflected up off the glass. They've got guys behind our D again. We've got like a 3-on-1 coming now. With a pass. Goes back. Shot goes off of Moore. There's sticks on the ice. Trying to figure out who lost their stick. Goalie's got it. It's out of the zone. Covington, the 2-on-0 here. Covington's got it. Oh, he had 5-hole. Bounces in. No. Somehow it bounces. General still on the puck. Up to Moore. Moore puts it up. I do not know, again, how that didn't go in. Their goalie doing a great job. It was like Covington just loses this ice surface. Is either so hard, this puck is just getting away from this guys. Puts a move on. I saw the puck go up in the air. I thought it went up and over the shoulder of the goalie, but doesn't go in. So with just under 2 minutes to go in the first half, Generals leading 2-1. Rep goes up to take the face-off. Heil to the left. North Park wins the face-off, gets just past Peterson. North Park trying to chip this one up. Strode puts some body on it. Heil comes back to assist the D, scoops that one back behind the goal. Sends it up off the wall. Can't get it past North Park. North Park trying to get it. That one skates. Heil scoops it up at the red line. He's going down the left side. He's got Repko coming down the middle, and Heil gets picked. North Park's trying to go back the other direction. No icing as it's deflected. Tapscott has some time as we roll under 1:30 to go in the first half. Tapscott scoots it up to Stroder. Not a good pass. A shot, pad save there by Monroe. Again, these guys aren't getting good passes. This ice surface has got them all fooled. Tapscott tries to chip it up. Heil's going to clear it up to the red line where the North Park's waiting. They're offside. They've got to clear. That gives Stroder some time. 1 minute to play. 1 minute to go. Stroder's going to skate that across the blue line. Tries to put it deep. North Park loves it down. Trying to get behind the D again. Stroder's working it. Little kick there as North Park goes around. Trying to get a pass off. 45 seconds. Stroder still holding in front, staying in the crease, waits for Jello to pick up the puck, and it goes all the way around. North Park's going to reset at the red line. Coach Stewart called everybody, good shot, deflection, and goes off a Strode and just over the net. We got lucky on that one. It was a screwball. Comes off the wall. It's out of the zone. Trying to get it up to Covington. 21 seconds now. North Park on sides. We got 2-on-2, 3-on-2 now. Covington's got the puck. Puts it back to Stewart, and a good defensive play by North Park breaks up the party. North Park going the other direction with 9 seconds to go. Center's gonna take a shot. Oh, great save there by Monroe with the blocker. Sends it to the right, and we put in the corner with 2 seconds to go. And Moore will tie it up. Woo! So the Generals scratch this one to 2-1. 2-1 as we go to the first intermission, or I guess it's the only intermission. A lot of action here. So we're gonna watch the Zamboni go around. We're gonna let the video keep rolling, and we'll come back in 10 minutes and pick up the second half of this game with Richmond Generals against North Park. I don't need to put you on mute. I'll probably put you on mute anyway, just because there's no music to listen to, and who knows what somebody might say. All right. Teams are coming back on the ice. We'll get started here. We got 25 minutes on the clock, and we will pick this up here in about 2 minutes. We got one team on the ice waiting for the other. North Park, short bench. They're going to take every moment they can. General's got to pick up a strategy and start getting this team to hustle. Talking to the coaches in between, just got to keep putting that puck deep, make North Park skate a little bit. Got to get more pucks in the back of the net. We got a lot of good opportunities. Probably too much passing. Generals are back on the ice at 7 p.m. tonight, going up against the Long Island Kings, number 2 team in our bracket. Generals are number 1. North Park here is number 3, putting up a good fight, playing with a very short bench. All the parents are hanging out outside because it's warmer outside than it is in the ice rink. It's probably 50 degrees outside, and it's probably 35 degrees here. Everyone pointed out to me that we're not only missing Lugo and Jeanette, but we are missing Bickmeyer as well this weekend. All right, we got our referees, we got our teams. We're going to get ready to get started. Generals lead this 2-1. Everyone's talking about the ice conditions don't seem very good. Both teams struggling with the puck, both in terms of stick control as well as the puck getting away from them a little bit, just coming off the sticks and sliding. See how the ice cut here between periods impacts handling. Not switching sides, so the goalies stay in the same goal. We got the Lucas Monroe to our left. Jen's ready to get fired up. Peterson coming out to take the face-off. Daniel Kim on the near side. Repko on the far side. The player's set. North Park pulls it back, sends it to their D. Cuts it across. That one goes off of Kimmer. Puts a guy up. North Park working it more, sends it over to Repko, just past him, and offsides there. Trying to find Kimmer. Kimmer at the blue line by himself, and that puck gets away from him and slides into the corner. Puck stuck at the wall. Comes back to Kim. Kim sends it up to Repko. They're battling it out back behind, and North Park comes in to take the puck. North Park sending it across the ice, comes down, leaves it, loses the angle, tries to go back door and just wide of the net. Bounces off the back of the net, comes back down, goes into the Zamboni corner. North Park D on a pinch here, sends it over, and we get a cover there by Monroe. Covington comes back to Stewart. Stewart to Krug. Krug across the red line. Got to pull up. Let the cavalry comes in. Tries to flick it across to Covington. Gloved down by North Park, and Covington's going to send it back behind the goal. Stewart working it back against the wall. Goes to Krug in the corner. He's trying to send it back to Stewart. Comes out in front, and North Park trying to clear. Tapscott's going to put this back in play. North Park trying to clear again. Still working it back to Covington. Tries to put it to... Now he gets it over to Stewart. Stewart, the backhander. The goalie in the full split has the post covered. North Park going back the other direction in a hurry. They're going to chip it in. That should be icing. Icing. No icing called. Sends that down. Covington trying to work it. North Park's trying to get a shot. Picked up by Covington, trying to feed it to... Tapscott trying to feed it to Covington and went off a skate. Strode leaves it for North Park. trying to get somebody into the corner, trying to take away their passes. North Park has it back behind. Good coverage there by the Gens, and they send it across Stewart to Covington. Covington's got another break. He had one earlier. From behind, he tries the backhander and nothing on it, and the goalie gets a pad on it for the save. Just the guys aren't able to get the stick lift or get some heat on that puck. Comes bouncing out again. Repko trying to chase it. North Park picks it up at their own blue line. Pulls it back. North Park through the neutral ice. Across the blue line. Agello giving pressure. Picked up by Peterson at mid-ice. He's going to feed that over to Heil. Heil across the red line. He's got Peterson going down the right. Heil takes a shot. Takes it off the back of the glass. That was way high. Maybe trying to just get a bounce. Puck comes to Moore. Moore's got some patience and goes off the pad back against the wall. North Park trying to come out. Puck gets away from North Park and comes to Moore. North Park sliding on the ice. Heil trying to work it back behind. Oh, and a good stuff attempt there by Peterson. Trying to go to the short side. North Park gets it out to neutral ice. Generals get it out of the zone. Comes back to North Park. North Park over to the near far side. They settle the puck down. Centering pass picked up by Agello at the feet of the players. Goes into the corner. Moore tips it up to Peterson. Peterson trying to find a breakout here. Up across the red line. Sends it across. Nobody there. North Park looking for the guy. And a good job by Repko. Trying to cut off the... North Park trying to use a sniper strategy. Trying to get a guy loose on the far end of the ice. That one sent in by Stewart off the pad. Covington takes a shot and there's nothing on it. Again, they're trying to get behind us. Off of Tapscott's skate. North Park puts it in. And it's in the goal. Tapscott tried to cover back behind his brother, Lucas Monroe. And the puck slides through and it's a tie game 2-2 with 21:11 left. North Park hustling here. Generals missing on their opportunities and Tapscott's pissed. Never should have been a shot. But again, North Park's hustling to get behind RD, and it's working right now. North Park wins that one. They're coming down hard. Jello hanging on from behind, and Moore puts that one up to Monroe. Puts it hard toward the goalie, but luckily Monroe gets a save. Going back to Stewart. Stewart's got Covington on the far side. Stewart across the blue line. Everybody's yelling about something. I can't figure it out, but Covington's on the puck. Looking for a pass, takes it down into the corner, chases it back, goes behind Stewart, trying to feed it up to Heil, and he misses, goes across the crease. Again, North Park trying to hustle this one. Icing is waved off. This one, out and Moore overskates it, it comes off the wall, and Monroe has to make the cover. We're tied 2-2 with 20:28 left. Generals trying to out-hustle this North Park team and work their short bench to their advantage. Peterson taking this face off. Tapscott's back in the ice. Back to Tapscott. He puts it down. He's going to flick it up, trying to chip it up to Peterson. It comes out to North Park at the red line. Kimmer trying to steal that. North Park picks it up at the red line. Circling. Sends it over to the near side. Sends it in deep. Tapscott going to meet it on the far side. Chips it up. Takes the high hit. Peterson chips that one up and it gets past North Park. Kimmer's going to pressure from behind, harassing. Comes back up, chipped up to the dumped in. General's going to come away with it. That's Strode on the puck. Looking for the pass, gets it over to Peterson, passes at his feet, trying to chip it up. Oh, and it's down to Heil's feet, and he can't get it to a stick. And we're going to go back the other direction. North Park showing them how to receive a pass. There's a stick on the ice. It's Kimmer's stick. Now when it gets past North Park, Kim will go get his stick. North Park resets to their own blue line, sends it across, puts it in deep. Heil's going to chase this one. General's got to catch a pass and put it in. They've got tons of opportunities working right now. Kimmer's going to just chip this one to the goal, and he's going to cover that for the whistle. 19:19 left in the second half. A lot of hockey left, but we're tied up 2-2. General's back on the ice at 7 p.m. tonight against Long Island Kings, playing the top two teams in their division. Then the competition gets a little bit easier throughout the weekend. That one comes to Krug, and he takes it off the top bar. Krug with one of the two goals so far. Agello with the other one. Good shot there by Krug, a little laser, and just dings it off the top bar. Sends it high and out of play. So we'll get another face-off. We're to the left of the North Park goalie. Stewart sends that one, chips it, but it goes back to North Park. Krug giving chase out to the breakout point for North Park. They find a guy, gets almost behind the D, back. North Park's got a connection going right now. General's able to get back. Moore's going to try to get it across ice. That pass goes off of somebody, and North Park turning it around quickly. Got to make him work the full 200 feet. That one going over to Krug. He's got ice to work with. He's got Covington to the right. Onto Covington's stick. He works it. He goes again, and it's in. Covington finally finds the stick, gets the assist from Krug, and the Generals pull ahead 3-2. Third time's a charm for Robbie Covington as he pulls the Generals back ahead 3-2. We got 18:48 left to play. Generals got to keep the pressure up here on North Park and win these guys. Make them get too tired to play and push the goalie. Repko taking the face-off. Kim to the near side. Heil on the far side. Heil's got the puck. He's got to work it. Takes a shot and puts it up into the face mask of the goalie. Makes him eat that puck. He's able to drop it into the glove for the whistle. And so we'll get a face-off to the right of the North Park goalie. Generals leading 3-2. 18:43 remaining. Repko taking the face-off. Goes under Heil's leg. North Park trying to get to it. Repko gets back to it. Back to Heil. North Park chips it up to Tapscott. Tapscott to Strode. He feeds it up the right-hand side to Kim. Kim sends it in deep. Heil's going to go down and chase this one in the corner. Around the board. North Park at that breakout spot, and it's going to get out of the zone. Big North Park's going to just send this one across into the Zamboni door. Gets a funny bounce. Met there by Strode. Tapscott coming over to help. Tapscott's going to send it around the boards to Heil. He's looking for the turnaround. Can't get it out of the zone. North Park covering that blue line. North Park centering pass. Loose in front. Short side. Puck is still loose. Wow, when we get a whistle. I guess because the goal comes off the mount. We got a generous whistle there. That puck was loose at the feet, and there were sticks zapping everywhere. It's like a blender. Always curious about how the goalies stick their hand in the middle of that to try to cover that puck. So 18:01 left in the second half. Generals lead 3-2. Don't believe our scoreboard. It says 2-2, but Generals are up 3-2. Stewart taking the face-off. Puck comes back to Moore. Comes off the boards, funny. Oh, wow, and a quick, great save there by Monroe to hold this one. Goes back to Covington. Yes, somebody touched it. The goalie's going to come out deep and play a tip up there by Covington. Almost had an empty netter. Again, the North Park getting behind the D. Moore hustles and pushes and pressures into the corner. Getting some assistance now. Centering pass comes out to the high slot. Shot through traffic. And Monroe gets a glove on it for the whistle. 17:38 now left in the second half. Generals leading 3-2. North Park doing a good job pressuring with a short bench, only skating 8. Peterson out to take the face-off. Puck comes loose. North Park trying to poke it in. Glove down to the ice by Peterson. By Tapscott. Tapscott, Peterson to Kim. Kim going up the right-hand side. Gets bodied off. Don't see that very often. North Park trying to hustle it. And they're trying to go the distance. There it comes down to the near side. Takes a shot. That one goes up in the netting. We'll get a whistle as the puck goes out of play. 17-17 now left in the second half. Peterson's there to take the face-off. Kicked around a bit and comes back to Repko. Repko working up. He's got Kimmer to his right. Peterson trailing. Repko puts it on, tries to go to Peterson. Peterson with a backhander, and that's picked off by North Park. Simple little ice slider there. North Park trying to break out of the zone, sends it up the guy to the wall. He turns it around, finds a guy on the near side across the red line. Puts on the brakes across the blue line, goes into the corner. Generals looking dazed and spinning. Schroeder drops a guy, comes back to the point for North Park. They want it back in the corner. Schroeder chasing. North Park trying to, Schroeder puts a guy into the boards. North Park looking for somebody to pass to. They got nobody in front. Stick save there by Monroe. Kimmer's gonna pick up the first penalty of the game as he puts a guy way late into the boards. See what our call is. Roughing, all right. So Generals will be on the penalty kill with 16:26 left to go. Kimmer's in the box. Coach Stewart has the full feet ski mask going on over there, and this is the Ice Pals. This thing's the Ice Freezer. We got a game back here tonight, 7 o'clock against the Long Island Kings. If you want, after you get some dinner, come back and join us. Stewart wins that faceoff, pushes it up against the wall. Moore tries to send it up and get it out past the blue line. Moore sends it back behind the goal. It's off the back of the net, around the corner. North Park trying to send it back around again. Agello going into the corner this time. It comes off at a weird angle. North Park ain't able to turn it. Gets a guy at the faceoff circle and a shot, and secured by Monroe. Drops it in the leather and gets the whistle. 16:04 left in the second half. 1:38 left in the penalty kill. Generals leading 3-2. Stewart taking the faceoff, pulls it back. Oh, Agello trying to send it up the ice and just whiffed on it. North Park able to set it up from the blue line. Takes a wrister through lots of traffic. Back down the corner. Stewart trying to whack at it. Trying to get something free. We got to send this to full distance and make them skate. Stewart trying to settle it. Chips it up. Gets it out of the zone, but doesn't send it deep. Covington tries it. North Park comes across the blue line. Generals trying to get back. There's a lot of ice in between. North Park goes to the right side. 1:10 now. Oh, under the legs of Stewart. North Park still moving the puck. In front, two guys. Just send it. Finally trying to get Stewart. Bobby's got a bouncing puck. Goes down and tries to backhand and actually sends it deep into the other corner. But Generals are short-handed, remember, and so they're got to get back. North Park holding the puck, pulls it back to the blue line. Back to the corner. Trying to get somebody in front. Back to the point, and they lose the puck, and it's outside the zone. 35 seconds on the penalty kill. Comes off Generals on a line change. North Park attacking again. Trying to look for the pass. Comes out, trying to find the guy coming to the slot. Can't connect on the stick. North Park still has it, bouncing puck. Schroeder kicks it back behind the goal. 17 seconds now. Schroeder tries to send it deep, and he hits a North Park guy. Nobody knows where the puck is. Schroeder now chips it up. North Park does a good job sticking that down at the red line, touches it up. They just want Schroeder. He's got to just send it deep. 5 seconds, and he passes it to North Park. Doesn't get it deep. We're like looking up, and so we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Generals killing that penalty off. North Park still battling right now. Goes down to the Zamboni corner. Tapscott slides in for this. He gets the puck, trying to get it the feet to Heil. He chips it to Peterson, but it's just out of reach. It's out of the zone, at least. North Park pressuring, picking up the momentum here, and that one's tipped off of Tapscott, but we're going to get the icing call. Woo. General seems to be working harder than they need to be. They just got to get that puck and send it deep on the penalty kill. They're trying to get cute and try to get a breakaway. Coach Stewart just wanted that to hit the other side of the ice on the wall. So 14:01 now left in the second half. Generals leading 3-1. Peterson taking the face-off. Rep go to the right. Kimmer to the left. Agello and Moore, your two defensemen. Puck on the ice. Rep go. Turning. Gets through. Goes to the faceoff circle. Takes a shot. Oh, the goalie able to squeeze that. Not sure he knew where it was, but got caught under his arm. We're going to get another faceoff to the left of the goalie. North Park trying to get what subs they can on the ice. Dropped, frozen at the face-off circle. Generals trying to steal it. On the pinch is Agello. Keeps it in the zone. Generals turning, they're onside. Peterson chipping in and going to send it deep. Force North Park to go back behind their goal and get it. They send it around the boards. Peterson picks it up off the boards, but North Park back on it. Sends it all the way around. Agello meets it at the blue line. Got to watch the North Park guy here on the near side. They got a 2-on-1 going the other way. Good back check there by Agello. Sends it around, and Moore is on it. He's going to try to feed it up. He's got some room to skate. Takes it across the red line. Finds the blue line. Throws it in from the distance and off the leather. Bounces into the corner. Repko in the corner, North Park on the puck. They chip it up off the glass. Again, they're behind the D. Moore trying to get it. Repko comes back to give an assist, and they send it up the ice, and that's going to go the distance for icing. There's our whistle. We'll come back down to the Richmond end of the ice for the face-off with 13:01 left in the second half. We got about a quarter of this game left. General's got to take advantage that North Park has very few subs and just run them now. General's leading 3-2, but Stewart's out to take the face-off. Leaves it on the ice. North Park goes back to the point, to the blue line. They're going to chip it in the corner. Tapscott chips it up. North Park still on the attack, still has the puck. Turner chips it in, picked up by Tapscott. He gets hit from behind. Covington on the puck. He feeds it up. This time we pull their play. Stewart's on the puck. Goes glove side. Coach is going to want Stewart to follow up that shot. The rebound was there. I don't know if Stewart thought that was in, but it was another good shot. But that goalie's holding this to a 3-2 game. We've had several breakaways. Puck's coming up long distance. Strode holds it at the red line. Generals are offside, so he gives it back to North Park. North Park trying to go the distance. They got a guy hanging out at the Generals' blue line. Tapscott trying to come up to Covington at the red line. Not a good pass. This puck comes harder than they think. Generals are trying to say that they're offsides. Generals chip it up. Like how the ref didn't call it offsides. Still working it. Covington's got it. He sends it. Oh, not a good pass to Stewart. Kim tries to come in. Everybody's got to get back. It's a 3-on-2. Go in the other direction. North Park unable to kind of put the pressure on, but they hold it back at the blue line. Looking for traffic in front. That goes off of the bodies of three. That one goes just wide of the net. Generals put it back up against the wall. North Park puts it into Monroe, and he gets a leather on it for the cover with 12:09 left in the second half. Generals leading 3-2. Heil goes up to fist bump with Monroe because he's keeping this Generals in the game. Generals unable to kind of really pull away here. That one's at Heil's feet. He chips it up, but that's going to be icing. Clock! Everybody, of course, yelling to remind the scorekeeper that the clock is running. Repko taking the face off. We're going to probably hold the clock for 5 seconds or so. Comes off the wall. Agello taking it. Heil trying to clear it. Takes it off the wall. Repko doesn't get much on and can't clear it out. Comes back to Repko. He's over the red line now. He's got some speed. He's got Heil trailing to the right. Repko goes to his forehand. And Repko shows them how to put it in the net. And he takes the Generals 4-2, beating glove side high. And gets the score. I think North Park's been running on adrenaline right now, so if they can kind of put a couple more in this, closes one down, take some energy out of these guys, take away the fight. 11:45 left. Generals now leading 4-2. Repko comes back out to take the face off. Kim to the near side, comes back. Sent to the far side. Agello on the pinch, up over Repko's head. Not a very tall guy, so that's not a big ask. North Park trying to come in, comes back. Moore chips that to the wall. Kimmer's going to skate this one out of the zone. Misses the hit, sends it deep. Heil's on it, trying to get there before the icing. Heil's on it, misses the hit. Goes back around the boards. Agello on a deep pinch, deep in the corner. North Park has it. Kim's helping out by trying to get back. They've got a guy coming on the near side. They hold up at the blue line for some reason. They're offsides, and they call it this time. The parents right above the referee giving them a help on the offsides. No icing as that one comes off the boards in front of the net. Repko chips that one. Heil trying to pressure. Repko going to meet him on the other side. Puts a guy on the ice. Repko changes direction, but this ice is so bad he goes down. He tries to chip it. North Park's going to scoot it out to their guy at the red line, and that's going to be sent deep. Comes off the board. Tapscott's got a hustle. Nice little play there. Around. He's got some time off of a skate. Going to Repko. He's getting off the ice. Stewart to Crew. Crew's got Covington. It's a 2-on-1. Over to Covington, and they can't connect. Covington tries to center, and it goes off of a skate back against the wall. North Park's bringing numbers back the other way. It's a 3-on-2. North Park takes it wide. goes through traffic and makes it all the way to the other side of the corner. Back behind, centering shot picked off by the Generals and chipped up to Krug. Krug's trying to hustle. These pucks are sliding hard. All the way deep pass here for North Park as they again try to take a shot that goes off a Strode, bouncing. Going to be going the other direction, a 2-on-1. It's Stewart and Covington this time. Covington picks this one up. He looks for Stewart, looks off the goalie, and he goes right into the center mass. Strode tried to hold it at the blue line, and we got North Park skating the other direction. Shot off of Tapscott's shin guard, comes back into the corner. North Park on the puck back behind the Generals' goal. 9:45. Oh, that puck looked like it was covered, but then released, and Monroe gets the whistle with 9:41 remaining in the second half. Generals lead this 4-2, and North Park still fighting. Getting some odd man rushes now as North Park's getting tired. Puck comes free. There's some yelling going on down there on the North Park bench. Comes free. Shot's going to be deflected up into the rafters. Peterson's going to take the face-off again. Heil to his right, comes back. North Park wins this face-off. Trying to settle the puck. It's out of the zone, and they're offsides. That's, they touch up. Monroe Moore sends that across. North Park picks it up at the red line. They're on sides as they come across this time. Stuck at the gold fever sign, and that's going to get free. Peterson's going to try to hustle this down. Coach Stewart, the bench calling them. They don't want two forwards chasing the puck. Just want one. Heil trying to go around that time. Sends it back behind the goal. Peterson has it. Trying to find Heil in front. Kimmer's helping in the corner. Comes back to Kimmer. Comes back to North Park. Trying to get behind the D. They've got a 3-on-2 going the other way. They take it wide, try to pass it. Moore forces it into the corner. Centering pass, gets deflected up to the high slot. Late shot there by North Park on the second attempt. Sends it back around. North Park lets it slide through to the corner. Agello's got this one. He puts it up to Heil. Heil can't put it on a stick. Moore sends it to Kimmer. Kimmer finds it now on his stick, trying to get it off the wall as the Generals are in a line change. Kimmer's by himself. Stewart's going to come across the blue line. Kimmer's looking for the pass. He tries to center it and it goes to North Park. North Park skates it down the ice. Krug sends him into the corner. North Park looking for somebody to come to the center of the ice. We're down to 8 minutes to go. Comes to Stewart and he puts it back behind the goal. North Park trying to center it. Schroeder puts some body on there. A little poke there by Stewart with a quick stop. He sends it across to Krug. It's a 1-on-1. Krug goes to his forehand, tries to go under. Oh, he gets held up. No interference call. Krug back on the puck, trying to center it to Stewart on the far side. Goes back down, and North Park slows down the pace a little bit. It gives their forwards a chance to slide down the ice. That one just underneath us goes the distance. No icing as Tapscott meets it back behind the goal. Tapscott versus direction, gets held. No call on the interference as his hand was grabbed. They send it across to Covington. Covington forcing the pace, trying to take it, misses on the shot. Centering pass picked up by North Park, and they're going to bring this back down the ice. 7:16 remaining in the second half. North Park holds it as they come across the blue line. Moore sends us around to ride the rail, dropped down, and held in by North Park. Comes back to Tapscott in the corner. He's got a little bit of time, looks everybody off and gets it out of the zone. North Park dancing here underneath me. Stick lifts, and it comes free. North Park trying to poke it, and they feed it up to Ripko. Ripko goes back behind the D, fakes him out, tries to get something on it, but gets a good, just enough for North Park's stick on there that it goes deflects wide of the net. Good movement there by Ripko, trying to shake off the D. Peterson has a chance, tries to get the one-timer from Ripko, and there's, oh man. Repko gets the deflection and on the rebound, puts it into the armpit of the goalie for the whistle. 6:30 remaining, Generals lead 4-2. .632 remaining, Generals lead 4-2. Repko taking the face-off. Peterson circling. Trying to find somebody in front other than a North Park player. Loses it a little to the wall. Peterson drops a flexion there by Kimmer. Goalie gets a pad on it. Comes around. Kimmer chips it into the corner back to Peterson. Comes back to Kimmer. He's got Repko in front. Circles it. Comes back to Agello. Agello with a goal down on his knees. Goes up to the wall. Agello shoots it towards the goal. The goalie gets it back behind the net. Rides the rail. North Park trying to just hand pass it. And we're going to get an interference call. Kimmer's going to go back to the box. It's only 2 penalties in this game, picked up by Daniel Kim, and he's going to get an interference call. It was way off the puck. Referee's letting him know what he did. So Generals on a penalty kill with 5:51 remaining in the second half, leading 4-2. Generals killed off the other penalty. See if North Park's got anybody else to throw at the game. Stewart takes that face off, leaves it back. The Tapscott comes back to North Park. Stewart, deflection goes wide, and it's going to run all the way. Stewart might get there first. It's going to force them to play this hard. Stewart harassing, ties them up. North Park sends it across, but we got 2 of our 4 down deep. Comes back. Stewart tries to get it to Krug. Krug trying to get a shot. Left pad saved there by the goalie. Krug taking his time, trying to set it up. Takes a shot, looking for the deflection. It goes all the way around. Tapscott sends us back in. Held up by North Park. To let everybody kind of reset. Rides, comes around. Krug chasing right now. Stewart. Here comes North Park. They're going to chip and chase. 5 minutes to go. 1:10 left in the penalty kill. Comes back. Schroeder sends it around hard. Looking for this one to make its run 200 feet. Goalie comes out to play this one. Leaves it for the defenseman. Stewart harassing, trying to get the puck. Puts the guy into the wall a little bit. Chasing, just taking some time off the clock. North Park sends it across the ice, across the red line. 48 seconds left in the penalty kill. Going wide into the corner. Drops it back. It comes back to Peterson. Peterson bench is gonna skate this one a little bit and just take a shot on goal and force the goalie to take it in the glove for the whistle. And we'll get a face-off in the North Park end of the ice. 4:27 left in the second half. Generals leading 4-2. 36 seconds left. The Generals penalty kill. Daniel Kim sitting it out for another 36 seconds.
Be conservative here, boys.
Peterson trying to tie up the puck. Got the 3 Generals lining up at the red line, and our defensive wall, that one almost sneaks through on the pass between defensemen. North Park circling. They tipped one in earlier. A little miss there. North Park, 60 seconds left in the power play for North Park. Generals is going to kill this one off, I hope. That comes back to Moore. He's going to send this one the distance and make them skate it. They got a short bench, make them go the distance. Peterson's going to harass a little bit. Just make them play the puck. And we're back to even strength. 3:46 left. Generals winning 4-2. That's going to come back to Agello. He's going to just send this around the boards and make North Park skate for it. Generals have another game tonight at 7 o'clock. Kimmer sends it across to Repko. Repko's got time. Generals take a shot, goes off of Heil, and sent in again, in front. Kimmer tries to scoop that one in, and then North Park's going to send it around. They've got numbers again, 3-on-2. They're going to take a shot, going for the corner, and Monroe able to get a good vision on that one and gloves it. 3:19 left in the second half. Generals leading 4-2. Not sure if we're going to see North Park pull the goalie with a short bench, but we'll see what happens. I doubt it. Comes back to Strode. He's going to take it off. Comes off the Zamboni wall. Weird. They turn and shoot, and it goes wide. It goes into the corner. Heil on the puck. Chips it up to Kimmer. Kimmer across the red line. He's got Repko deep. He goes left and puts it into the bench. I think he's... That coach is going to be... Thankfully, still has teeth. 3:07 left in the second half. Generals lead 4-2. Repko sends that one. Heil chasing. North Park trying to come out of their end. Comes across. Repko on the puck. He gets picked. North Park coming down. They just don't have the legs right now, and that one goes off of a skate. Monroe's going to cover that one for a whistle with 2:50 to go. Generals leading 4-2. We're back here at the Ice Palace, so we'll be able to get you good video again tonight. 7 o'clock. Generals taking on the Long Island Kings. Stewart takes that face off. Puck goes back. Shot on the ice, deflected down in the corner. Krug on the puck. It's got some time. He tries to chip it out of the zone. Bouncing puck. North Park still working it, and that one gets out of the zone. North Park's going to have to reset at neutral ice. Turning across the red line. They send it in deep. Around the Zamboni door, comes off at a weird angle. Jello trying to clear it up ice. Works it down in the corner, feeding it to Krug. Krug trying to hammer it past some skates. Gets a help from a Jello. Stuck. We're down to 2:20 to go in the second half. North Park sends it back into the corner. Covington sends that one. That'll be icing. We're going to get this one back, but it'll take a couple seconds off. 2:07 left in the second half. Generals leading 4-2. North Park looking tired. These Friday afternoon games are tough for kids in school. Tough. Repko got the puck. He chip and chase. It might be on goal, so no icing. Peterson was chasing Repko, following it up, looking for the puck. North Park takes it into the corner, trying to skate out of their zone. Generals getting back. Making sure as North Park goes down, no hands in the air. Empty net, empty net. Oh, and they're going to say too many men on the ice. I think, are they trying to say too many men on, I guess, on North Park? I don't think they realized they pulled the goalie. So they're calling a penalty on North Park for too many men. Generals wanted to break away with the empty net. But so I think they're saying so penalty on North Park. 1:40 to go, too many men on the ice. They're playing with 4. Heil picking up puck in the corner. Repko pressing up against the wall, trying to come away with it. Wraps it around, leaves it in the crease. Heil can't get on it. Agello with a shot. He's got 1 goal already. That one stick to the side by the goalie and puts it back down in the corner. North Park trying to clear this. They're looking now for a short-hander, so I'm not sure they're going to ice it. They put it in deep. Comes off the Zamboni wall at a weird acute angle. Repko trying to break it free. Gets it underneath me. Heil's got room to skate. He's got Peterson over to Peterson, and Peterson ices this one and puts it in on the backside. So Generals going 5-2 with Peterson goal, Heil assist. Great way for those two to end this game. We're down on 1:02. Generals now lead 5-2. Goals today by Krug, Agello, Covington, Repko, and now Peterson. Stewart coming out, take the face off, leaves it for North Park. Covington's got the puck, comes across the blue line. He's going to throw that in deep down to the corner. 1 minute left to play. Stewart knocks that one loose and knocks it back behind the goal. North Park looking for the cheap shot, tries to send it down, picked up by Schroeder. He sends that one over to Tapscott, feeds it up to Krug, leaves it at the red line. North Park going to make one last attempt here. 35 seconds. Tapscott gets it, and he sends it out of play. Stewart taking the face-off with 32 seconds on the clock. Comes out, comes to Krug. Krug to Covington, off his skate. They didn't realize that came off a General. Gloved down by North Park, and they're offsides. .21 seconds on the clock. Generals leading 5-2. Generals are back on the ice at 7 p.m. tonight. Come join us. Little Friday night hockey. Stewart kind of tying this one up, chipping it up. When Generals got everybody on the bench, on the ice almost. They don't get called for too many men. That one chipped up. We got 6 seconds on the clock. Schroeder will tap this, touch it up, tie it up against the wall for the horn. North Park frustrated. They put up a good fight. The guys that they had. The Generals will take the win here. Thanks for joining us today for some Friday night hockey. We're back again at 7. Come join us again. We appreciate your support for Richmond Generals hockey. We'll watch our handshake and then end our broadcast. All right, have a good night, and we will see you in 3 hours. Thank you.